Donna. And our next speaker is the first of us. To get this whole event kicked off today. Her name is Cindy Godwin. She is from Davidson County. And she was on Facebook posting about wanting to do a rally here in Raleigh to celebrate our Constitution. And I asked her if she had sound system. She says, no, I was going to go buy a bull. Let's become good friends and see what we can do together. So, Cindy, come on, please, and share your thoughts.
Good afternoon. Hello. I've really made a great friend with Dave. I am Bill Flynn too. He's the reason we connected. So they're good people. My name is Cindy Godwin, and I'm here to talk to you about our favorite subject, the Affordable Care Act, more commonly known as Obamacare, and how it's anything but a form of social justice or constitutional right. When our forefathers fought against the British rule to be a free nation, they did not include anything written that all citizens should have the right to free health care. The second paragraph of the Declaration of Independence states, "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that they are empowered by our Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness." The definition of life simply means the mere existence of living. We all do that already. Liberty is the exercise of freedom within established boundaries, and the pursuit of happiness means living within the freedom of opportunity. No single part of that states we should have government-controlled health insurance. After declaring our independence from England, our fathers set out to write laws that would preserve the inalienable rights of we the people, so they could not be taken away from our citizens. According to the First Amendment of the United States Constitution, Congress shall make no laws respecting an establishment of religion, prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or the right of the people to peacefully assemble. That right has not been taken away yet. We are standing here able to peacefully assemble. And to petition the government for redress of grievance. That's what we need to do. The following explains how I relate the First Amendment to the Affordable Care Act. According to Nick J. Tate, the author of Obamacare Survival Guide, abortions will be funded through the Affordable Care Act, despite there being a clear ruling against any mother having any type of government funds to pay for her to abort her unborn child. The Hyde Amendment, which was passed in the 1980s, prohibits the use of taxpayer dollars to subsidize abortions. The First Amendment says the government is forbidden to prohibit the free exercise of any type of religion. The Catholic Church and any other Christian-based religion forbid use of contraception and abortions. Since the Affordable Care Act mandates all health care plans to include access to contraception and abortion in the cases of rape, incest, or danger to the mother, this is a clear violation of anyone who is exercising their freedom of religion. Many religions also prohibit any type of vaccination, which are also mandates of the Affordable Care Act. While appearing in front of a congressional hearing after being targeted by the Internal Revenue Service for her political beliefs, Becky Garrettson, a Tea Party activist, said, "I am not here as a serf or a vassal. I am not begging my lords for mercy. I am a born free American woman, wife, mother, and citizen. And I am telling my government, you have forgotten your place. It is not your responsibility to look out for my well-being and to monitor my speech. It is not your right to assert an agenda. Your post, the post you occupy, exists to preserve American liberty. You have sworn to perform that duty, and you have faltered." The reason I bring this up is because the Internal Revenue Service will be the overseers of our health care records. According to the Health Insurance Portability Privacy Act of 1996, also known as HIPAA, the HIPAA privacy rule provides federal protection for individually identifiable health information held by a covered entity and their business associates, and gives patients an array of rights with respect to that information. At the same time, the privacy rule is balanced so that it permits the disclosure of health information needed for patient care and other important purposes. According to Sharon Begley, as of August 2013, the federal government is months behind testing its security measures, which will open us citizens to the possibility of someone obtaining our most vital private information, some of which could include our health records and financial information. The Internal Revenue Service has already shown a clear violation of the First Amendment. Congress shall make no law abridging the freedom of speech by impeding certain groups from speaking out against our government. We are all well aware that the IRS targeted any group with the words Tea Party, Patriots, religious organizations, and many other conservative-type groups who were trying to obtain a 501c3 status, which would allow them the opportunity to obtain funds using a tax-exempt status. This prevented them from being able to educate the public about things like the Constitution, voters' rights, and U.S. history. By the IRS having access to your medical records to determine whether low-income families and individuals qualify for assistance in purchasing insurance, they could use your medical records against you by preventing you from obtaining a firearm, which according to the Second Amendment of the Constitution is not to be infringed upon. They also could use your medical records to prevent us from running for political office by disclosing our medical conditions to the public, or even obtaining employment by disclosing what is in your medical records. The theory behind social justice is distribution of advantages and disadvantages within a society. In other words, redistribution of wealth. And if that does not make any sense to you, social justice is a form of socialism when you compare it to a true republic. Affordable Care Act is not only the beginning of the United States destroying the great republic we have today to a form of socialism. The idea behind the Affordable Care Act is those who make over a certain amount of money should be mandated to pay for those who have very little money and no health insurance. Honestly, I am one of those persons who would benefit from free health care. But then I ask myself two key questions. One, am I able to go out and work so that I can obtain my own health care? The answer to that is a resounding yes. And two, do I want someone else to be burdened with paying for health care if I was able to secure full-time employment and I could pay for it myself? The answer to that question is no. I do not want or need anyone to pay for my health care. The American dream is to live a life which is fulfilling and prosperous, not having someone pay your way through life. In closing, I believe that the Affordable Care Act is both unconstitutional and socially unjust. Thanks for your time and have a blessed day.